Hello. Welcome to a studio floor chat today. And today, she's a lab cat, but she does not like to be picked up. Oh, that's so nice. You gonna help me with my video? You gonna help me? Take two. Hello. I'm Hannah, this is Sweet Fern Homestead, and today we're doing a special edition video from the studio floor for Pocket and Fern. My hope is to add one weekly video for Pocket and Fern, which is my very small secondhand shop where I feature home goods and beautiful secondhand clothing like this gorgeous Free People dress that I just found and I can't stop staring at it. It's so beautiful. I have a cat on my lap who you probably can't see, but she's right here. If there was any way I could get her into the shot, I would. Each month for Pocket and Fern, I feature a different theme, and I use that theme to go source clothing or pull from clothing that I already have in stock. And this month's theme is minimalist maximalist, and I am obsessed with this idea of minimalism inside of maximalism. So the first thing I wanted to do was just go to the internet and say, hey internet, is this a thing? Is this minimalism inside of maximalism even a thing? And I found one article about, I think it was called Minimalist Maximalist, something like that, from Apartment Therapy. And basically they talk about that you can have both styles together and that the closest you can come to defining it through a certain style or time period would be mid-century modern. And that really rang true to me. Oh, cat hair flying. Oh, I didn't even think you shed. Why'd you start shedding right now? Why? Why? Oh, are you watching the hair fly? Are you watching it? Does that always happen and we just don't know because we don't have the light shining on us? I'm gonna distract myself all through this video. So mid-century modern being a perfect example of minimalist maximalist, where mid-century modern you have plenty of stuff, but that stuff is void of clutter. You have no clutter. A lot of people will look at boho design and be like, ooh, that's a lot of clutter. It's just too much stuff. Whereas mid-century modern, you are specifically picking pieces and a color story, still pretty refined and within a much tighter palette. You'll see a lot of brown in mid-century modern, white, black, sometimes black and white, and pops of color like blues. You definitely see a lot of blue popping in. And then just in mid-century modern, you've got a lot of like shapes. It's a style very much based on shape. And I think that comes through for minimalism quite a bit because you do find cleaner lines in a minimalist style. So I got obsessed with this idea of minimalism within maximalism because my style is a much more style. I like more rather than less. But over the last couple of years, I've realized that I have a clutter problem. And I have been working very hard, kind of doing the just one thing, do one thing today. And over the last couple of years, I have made quite a dent in my, in my clutter, to the point where it's starting to feel like a clutter-free home, which is exciting. And so in my closet, I don't have any interest in just having a minimalist wardrobe, but I love the idea of the same thing that I've been doing in my house of creating minimalism within a maximalist closet, which means no clutter. And I don't want to hold on to a ton of pieces that I'm not going to wear or hold on to sizes that don't fit me anymore. Nothing like that. I do have a pretty tight color story, and I only veer out for a couple of colors. Now in a classic maximalist wardrobe, you are seeing patterns, you're seeing colors. Often those items get worn all together, and in a minimalist wardrobe, you're often seeing the neutrals with one pop of color. It might be blue, it might be red, it might be yellow, it might be pink, whatever that person really loves. I'm not sure how well you can see my rugs that I'm sitting on, but I really like to play with maximalism in things like rugs and throw pillows. I have probably 3 different quilts on my bed, different patterns of pillows on my bed. So you can see, like, there's a, I don't know if you can see this rug here. And then I like nice, classic, clean, white sheets. I like a white comforter, but I like those pops of color all over them. And that is sort of my idea of minimalism within maximalism. We've got the clean, clutter-free, like, I just want to fall into this bed feeling, with the clean, crisp linens, white, just white, white, white. But also the feeling of the maximalist, the different, so I've got all these different rugs all around my room. I've got the different quilts, different colors, different patterns, and I just love the way it all goes together. And that's really what I want, not just for my closet, but it's what I want to bring to you through Pocket and Fern, this ability to kind of mix minimalism and maximalism together to create a wardrobe and a home that you love. I'm also loving the idea that you can come from a more maximalist style or more minimalist style and add pieces from the other category into your home, into your closet, and create something really special. So today I'm going to show you some of the pieces that I have found for this next shop update for Pocket and Fern. The shop updates happen every 3rd Thursday, and I just did that to keep it like memorable, every 3rd Thursday of each month at 3 p.m. Eastern. So that is my time zone. So I want to show you this quilt. This is a Kantha quilt, and this is an example of a piece that I love that would be considered a maximalist piece that can fit into a minimalist home just beautifully. So imagine this quilt over a bed of white linens, maybe some throw pillows in some coordinating colors, maybe not, maybe just all white up at top where the pillows are. This also makes an incredible tablecloth, picnic blanket. I use these quilts for everything. This is a huge one. I haven't measured it yet, but it's huge. And this is the reverse. So this quilt alone speaks to this idea of minimalist inside of maximalist. Maximal, minimal, right here, 2 for 1. So this will be in the next shop update, and I will have it measured so that you can know how big it is. It's probably the equivalent of a king bedspread. So as a maximalist, you could take this and spread it over your comforter, your duvet, and then you could actually do the opposite. And instead of having like the white pillows, you could do pops of different patterns. That would be super cool. I found this hat. This is a Target hat, and I love Target hats. They're my absolute favorite over anything I've tried because they fit my head, and that makes me really happy. This is a navy blue one, and it has this cute little like embroidery patterned around it. And I love the idea of this being minimalist or maximalist. So if you had a minimalist, let's fix the hair first. Gotta fix the hair when you have a hat. Gotta make it just right. So if you are a minimalist and you've decided that blue is your pop of color, here is the perfect hat to go in your wardrobe. If you're a maximalist and you love patterns, colors, and you like to just mix it all up, again, another hat to bring balance to something that might have more pattern on it, right? That would be cute together. You know I have enough hats if I'm not keeping that hat, because I'm not keeping that hat. I have enough hats. I have enough hats. I have enough hats. All right, look at this one. I just found this one. It is so beautiful. It's birds. I almost walked right by and didn't get it. Like I touched it and then I didn't grab it and then I went back for it because I was like, what am I doing? This is magical. So we've got this scarf. This can add a very subtle bit of color and pattern to a more minimalist wardrobe, or you can do some pattern mixing, which I love to do. And so the colors in this are kind of perfect for someone who's chosen a minimalist wardrobe and just has one pop of color, which might be an orange or a red. This would have you covered. But also, this is kind of mid-century modern too, actually, with the birds and the shapes. That's a good one. If my eyes aren't deceiving me, it's 60% cotton, 40% acrylic, and this is from Free People. It's absolutely gorgeous. This very subtle pop of yellow here, and then it's echoed again in the tassel, but otherwise it's a very perfect minimalist bag. But you can see how this could very quickly become a bag that was added into a maximalist boho kind of wardrobe. You can see how cute that would be here with this Free People dress. I found these toms because they are such a, well, one, they're like practically brand new. They're size 7, and 2, they're perfect. They're a perfect example of minimalist inside of maximalist. So this would be an incredible piece for a minimalist wardrobe, sticking to a nice, tight, neutral pattern. But you can also see that because it has the fur and the pom-poms and the leather, it feels like it has just a touch of that maximalist vibe to it. It's just a little bit extra. It's a little bit more. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if these were my size, I would not be selling them. I would draw the line on these toms. I also grabbed these Uggs because they're Uggs, and they're size 8. They have zippers in the back, the fur inside. I can't really walk past Uggs if they're in good shape and not grab them. So these need to be cleaned up a little, so I need to investigate if I can get there's a little bit of staining on them. With a dress or some leggings in these transitional seasons, I mean, this is the only thing I want to be putting my foot into during the colder days of spring. All right, now what about Doc Martens? These are brand new Doc Martens, I think. Let me tell you for real so I don't lie to you. What size are you? Doc Marten. So these are European 39. Oh my goodness, brand new Doc Martens, and I mean, this speaks for itself, right? This is like a work boot. This is a boot you can wear with dresses, with shorts, with skirts, with leggings, everything. And you can see how this can translate from a minimalist to a maximalist wardrobe, but also be the perfect staple piece for minimalism inside of maximalism. I love the yellow stitching. It's actually so similar to this bag. Isn't that interesting? I love that. So can't you see, like, wearing a really cool maxi skirt, carrying this bag, maybe just a white t-shirt and these boots? That would be awesome. And if you're a minimalist, maybe you just have a linen, like a neutral linen dress on. And if you're a maximalist, you have some cool, funky patterned dress on. All right, I thought these were brand new because there's absolutely no wear on the bottom or the inside. Like, they've literally never been worn, but there are some scratches. There's a little bit of scratching right there. I have no idea how that would have happened, unless somebody just stored them really poorly. It looks like they were scuffed. I don't know. Confusing. They seem brand new. So, almost brand new. I showed you these already. These are from Anthropologie. These were a special ballet flat that they put out in a couple of patterns. These are size 8.5, and you can see this is maximalism at its best, but also ballet flats are a perfect piece to have inside of a minimalist wardrobe. So here is a little bit of maximalism inside of minimalism. Aren't those great? And I love that they have the straps, because I do find that slip-ons are tough to stay on the feet always, so that just really helps. But it also gives that like feeling of ballet. If you remember your ballet shoes from when you were young, they had those cute little straps. There are so many pieces that are going to be in this next shop update, but I did want to show you a couple of the really special ones. This is a Talbot's vest, size 14. It's made of Italian fabric. I can't walk by anything that's made of Italian fabric and has pockets. I mean, those two things, forget it. And I actually did walk by it, and I went back and got it because I was like, I can't. I mean, I'll take it if nobody wants it. It's absolutely perfect condition, an incredible color, perfect for a minimalist wardrobe, but can also be layered over patterns. And it's really lightweight, which I really liked. I love the idea of vests, but vests need to be really lightweight for me to enjoy them. Here is like the perfect minimalist tunic. It does need to be steamed, it's a little wrinkly, but look at we've got some lace detailing. I believe these are 3/4 length sleeves, and again, more detailing with the lace on the sleeves. That perfect linen neutral color. Tunic or dress, you could wear this with leggings, you could wear this with tights, you could wear this over jeans, you could wear this over other linen, like linen pants or a linen skirt for a very login look kind of feel. But isn't that just such a perfect minimalist piece with just a little something special, just that like tiny maximalist edge to it. You can see how well that would go together, how well these would go, and even how well that would go. One of my goals was to get these pieces to be as interchangeable as possible so that you could buy 3 pieces to put into your wardrobe. Say you bought the tunic, the scarf, a bag, or a hat, or shoes. You would be able to mix and match these into so many different pieces into your closet. Here is a beautiful teapot that I picked up when I was sourcing items. There's nothing signed on the bottom, but it feels much nicer. There's a little staining from tea, which is nice to know. Someone actually used it for tea. It's much nicer than some of the ones that I find that are just kind of, I don't know, just seem thrown together. This is just a gorgeous teapot with very interesting details here. And then I don't know what this, if this is like plastic or glass, but I love the detail around the spout, and it pulls in the colorway that you've got going on here. I also like that you could turn it this way for a more minimalist look if you're doing a shelf and you actually don't want the pattern showing. If you have open shelving and you're just sitting this with some mugs, maybe the mugs have patterns, or you love pattern mixing like I do. So you would have this along with some different pattern mugs. Just gorgeous. So I definitely want to show you this Free People dress. This is so beautiful. I just picked this one up and I'm in love with it. And this could go either way, minimalist, maximalist. There's a little bit of design and texture to it, but you could tone it down even more. So you add that nice neutral scarf and some beautiful boots, some like light tan boots. This would be a stunning, stunning outfit. You also could add, this is a linen jacket, and you can see what a transition that makes. You've added a nice kind of full layer. You could do a blazer over this dress as well. That would be really beautiful. Minimalism inside of maximalism. Someone who's more of a maximalist might add a bag like this. So pattern mixing, but staying within a very similar color story. That's really beautiful. This is actually my bag, and I don't think I'm selling it, at least at this point, but I had to show you how perfect that was together. And then for a more minimalist look, we'd have some neutrals. So we'd be adding something like this Free People bag and just keeping it really nice and basic. Maybe adding some really simple boots. That would be such a beautiful outfit right there. And these are size 8.5, and they will be in the sale as well. This is one of those colors of boots that you don't run into too often, but it is like the absolute perfect neutral boot. Along with these shopping challenges for my shop updates, I would like to take some shopping challenges from all of you. You give me a challenge to go to the thrift store and find something. Example being one outfit from one store, or a monochromatic outfit that you put together from a bunch of stores, or possibly playing with like trend, like that deep cobalt blue, or trends. I'm not so up on them, but any challenges that you'd like to throw my way, I would love to take those on. I hope you'll join me for the next Pocket and Fern shop update, third Thursday in March, which happens to be the 16th at 3 p.m. Eastern. Let me know down in the comments if you have any challenges or any thoughts on what I could do when I go out to the thrift stores. Let me know if you loved any of these pieces. There will be so many more. I couldn't show them all to you because there's so many, but I'm excited to get them into the store and ready to go to your homes. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I'd love to have you subscribe and become part of the community. My goal is to have one video a week that is about Pocket and Fern and thrifting, and one video a week that's more about the homestead, the home, the process of making home, spirit style within the home, sacred roots, sacred rhythm within the home. As always, thank you for being here. I appreciate you.